Hello everyone, welcome back to From the Depths with Chromoid. This is another awkward analysis video, which I've already botched by stuttering once, but we'll continue anyway because I can't be bothered to re-record. Today we're going to be reviewing, well, one of the reviews we're going to be doing is on the Victoria Universalis Armored Medium Brigade. Yes, that is a mouthful. I will not be saying it again for the duration of this video. These are Humeron medium tank TRs. They're all the same thing. There are 5 of them on the team. And this team is submitted by Magma8520, and he will be competing in a match very soon, I suspect. Let's dive right on into these tanks and get this over with, shall we? Inside is my avatar. Yes, he created a wonderful little space for me to sit, or for people to sit. I like that attention to detail. It's buried somewhere near the front of the tank, right underneath the front end of the turret, I think. Yes, that's where it is. There is a lot of machinery in here, so let's go ahead and explode this thing apart and see what makes it tick. Right away, I want to point out this is a steampunk style tank. You can see the kind of a landship style design right here. I really like his Magma's hull designs. I can never be this creative. It just looks so it's so mechanical and so I don't know. It looks right. The use of the 3-meter or 3x3 Omni mantlets for the caps on the ends of the tank treads that he's simulating with the wheels is just beautiful. And of course, using the cram or the cram pieces, the cram barrel pieces, to make these little horizontal slats just gives us a whole steampunky feel. It's just amazing. The chimney in the back, it does have a working smokestack that hooks into the engine down below. You can see down here. Not a very big engine. It's about 1200 output maximum. Doesn't need hardly that much power in it because it only has a few wheels to run. Over here we have the shell type. This is going to be let's see, look, there's a base bleeder to speed up the shell, and then a stabilizer fin body, which slows it down but makes it more accurate. But its main components are frags, an inertial fuse to detonate any shells that bounce off of armor or shields, and a composite head for maximum penetration. And I think, yeah, that's the only shell type in here. So the rest of it's just, your standard fare. AI. Oh, I was wrong. There's another one. This was just straight up frags and composite head. Huh. I wonder where that goes to. We'll check in a minute. I know there are 2 guns on this thing. We're going to look at the back here, though. This little arrangement in the back, there is a crate. And there is this AI thing for the flag. Not very exciting, but there it is. And let's get to the meat of the thing here. This is the turret, obviously, but I just want to point out that this it's interesting how it's set up. I'm not good at building very compact things like this, but right here we have a 333 millimeter cannon. Now, 333 millimeters is, I'm told, the magic number for APS cannons. It's where you get the most bang for your buck per shell. It has 9 shells racked in the clips. We've just collided with another friendly. And I believe that those shells are the ones with the stabilizer fins on them. Yes, I think they are. Let me look here. Yes, that is the one with the stabilizer fins on it and the base bleeder and all that stuff. You can see it right there as the stabilizer fin. He's kindly put the big shells into open clips where you can actually see the shells. You can get solid clips that don't show the shells loaded in them. They tend to make for a little less lag. I always use them because my computer is garbage. But this, he's decided to leave them out because there's not a whole lot of them. The rest of it's just coolant and the necessary gauge increasers to make the gun 333 millimeters. But over here is a secondary gun. This is an interesting setup. He's got a single large bore cannon, and then this double machine gun right here. 30 millimeters, much like the Corner Cutter's slug tank destroyer. No railgun on this one, obviously, but this is the one that has the straight frags and the composite head without all the fancy stabilizers and all that stuff. It's just straight up frag rounds, and I'm honestly, I don't know. I don't know what to think here. Let me look here. If I'm not mistaken, this gun is deceptively fast when it fires. This top gun. Oh, please, please. I gotta line up with it so we can. There we go. Yeah, it fires kind of fast. Let's hit one of the friendly tanks here, because it hit us. Rascal. Here, if I can get it to work. There we go. Can't really aim that well with these things. Oh, oh dear, I just blew it apart with the main cannon. Sorry, buddy. There we go. Yeah, the kinetic rounds on this are surprisingly good. I was kind of just thinking this was going to be another one of those, oh, I just put a machine gun on there just for fun, haha, kind of deals. But surprisingly enough, this little cannon here does some damage. Those were metal blocks that were getting blackened by one hit from this thing. It can fire two in rapid succession. It fires every 63 seconds. So it can fire really fast. I don't think it has a whole lot of... It's got like one autoloader right here in the front, which could be potentially dangerous. Now, these are solid... these are frag shells, so they can explode into a million fragments if the autoloaders are hit. And it's got exactly 1 meter metal slope in front of it. So I'm not sure it's the safest setup. But it's an interesting choice. And of course up here we have a laser beam rider receiver guided missile. And this one uses fragmentation warheads and a thumper head on the front. Thumper heads, well, you don't see them a whole lot except for in two applications. The problem with thumper heads, they do a lot of kinetic damage when they hit. Their damage is purely based on the speed and mass of the missile when it hits, and it's rather high AP if I'm not mistaken. So it's good for punching through thick armor. The reason most people don't use it a lot is because it takes up the nose slot. It's the only place you can put a thumper. And the nose slot also happens to be where you put a lot of other guidance systems, like the very popular infrared... Excuse me, something in my throat. The popular infrared guidance system typically is what you put on the nose, and you can't put a thumper and a guidance system on the nose. So you only really see thumpers on two types of missiles. One is this one, which is the laser beam rider receiver. That guidance module does not have to be on the nose because it's actually supposed to look back and see where the laser is pointing at it and follow it from there. And the other one is Lua. And since Lua is not allowed in this tournament, this is pretty much the only place you're actually going to see thumpers being used. And they can be devastating when used properly. You probably saw what happened when I took a point-blank shot at that tank earlier. I'm going to do it again real quick and just kind of give you an idea. Now, of course, the cannon's going to do a lot of the business. But we're going to point it at the bottom and see what happens when the missile hits the top. Oh well, I missed. So much for demonstration. But anyway, I like the compact turret. I like the multiple weapon systems on it. It's definitely a very interesting design. There's not a whole lot else to tell about this tank. Do know that it uses differential tank steering, like I showed you on the corner cutters tank, the Slug. It does not use the turret style steering. It uses just simple ACBs. So I'm going to go in here and look at it real quick to show you. The Slug showed you one way of doing differential steering. This is the other way that I know of, and this is the one I'm actually familiar with. Where is it? It's hard to find things inside of these tanks sometimes. I'm sure I'll find it eventually. But basically, you have two automatic control blocks set up in the tank. Oh, okay, no, I was wrong. It's not actual differential steering. It's got a nose piece with turning wheels in it. Now, this does make it drift a little bit, but since they're all in the front, kind of like a motorcycle, the wheels actually turn it a lot sharper, and it doesn't drift as much. So, it's another way of doing the turning. Most people, a lot of people I see will put the turning wheels here and here, just put a couple along the front and maybe some in the back. But this bicycle style steering seems to be a lot more effective at just turning the tank where it needs to be turned without a lot of undue sliding. So that's very interesting. I actually did not notice that before. So thank you, Magma, for giving us something new to look at. But that's about it. That's a Humoron medium tank. There are 5 of them on this team, so that's all there is to talk about here. and I need to stop talking. But thank you guys for watching. I hope it's been somewhat entertaining, and I will see you on the battlefield. Bye-bye.